Yes, sir.
You had no doubt he'd be there.
No, I mean, you never know what happens ahead of you. So, no, we was hoping he would be there, and when he was, we were excited to pick him at 5. So, no, he was very high on our board for a while. So,
What does he add, and how does he mesh with Jaden and Cade on the perimeter?
he's adds to our culture. Um, we got a great person, tremendous worker, tremendous human being, um, great athlete. On top of being, we think he has a chance to be an elite defender on the perimeter. How he meshes with those guys is, I think he'll take a lot of pressure off of Cade and Jaden being able to defend the best perimeter player on the other team. But he's more than a defender. He's dynamic with the ball. His offense is really underrated, and I think you'll see it in time. But we're excited. I mean, to get this kind of player that can do so many things. He's an all-court athlete, just not explosive in space. He's all over the floor. So he brings a lot to the table, and we needed this player.
So we know there's several avenues to get to the NBA these days, G League, overseas, and now Overtime League. What did you see from the SARS development there Overtime League that made you confident this year?
I mean, before they went there, they were, I don't know, top 70 players. And now leaving out of there, I mean, top 5 pick. So, Overtime Elite did a tremendous job with their development on and off the floor. So kudos to that program down there, but they showed tremendous growth on the floor, being better skilled, growing mentally and physically. So, just like we seen those guys emerge from Ignite, Sar and his brother have now emerged from OTE.
Troy, ultimately you want to get good basketball players,
Mm-hmm.
but evidently with adding during last year, top end elite athleticism, Ivy's quickness, adding another player like Asar to the court. Talk about how that type of athleticism can sometimes help limit, I guess, make up for other shortcomings stuff if you have elite athletes like that out there that don't play basketball.
Yeah, well, I mean, first and foremost, we said we wanted to make sure we get our defense in order. And this guy's athleticism as a player, but especially defensively, really adds to our talent base, and it lends to Coach Williams and his staff having a guy that can defend at a high level, 1, 2s, and 3s. Once he learns the NBA nuances, this guy's got a chance. But to your point, always when you can get big-time athletes, they can give you a bigger margin for error. And he definitely adds to us having more athleticism.
Did any teams try to approach you guys to trade into the number 5 spot?
Yeah, there were definitely offers.
Troy, a few days ago, you said you wanted the fan base to look at the team you're building and see something familiar in kind of the third iteration. The franchise, this is the kind of move you're talking about, this kind of play. It fits into that.
Yeah, these guys that we drafted are absolute Pistons, great human beings. They work their tail off, and I said it from the onset. We want discipline, development and defense, and these guys fit that wholeheartedly. 𝗙𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗪, defensive mindset. Coach Williams and his staff will be able to develop this guy. He brings discipline, but he fits in the locker room. He's like these guys. He's selfless. He's about the right things, but he's a symbol of what we want to continue to be about here in Detroit.
Sure, you mentioned the size sports show offensively, and just even beyond the defense, what do you see from them just as a playmaker, being able to create plays with ball in his hand? What upside do you see from him on the offensive end?
No, I mean, he's a monster in the open court and in the half court. He can get downhill. His shooting numbers will be better than we've seen, for sure. And he can definitely make a play with the ball. So I think he has a budding offensive skill set, plays the right way. But he's going to be a real offensive player.
I think he went 15 for 39 in the playoffs from three. Do you think that's a sign of what he'll be able to do in the NBA?
Yeah, I just think his offense is on the come.
After getting drafted, he said he had a feeling that he would get chosen by Detroit. He said he felt a connection and a chemistry during his visit.
Did
Do
he?
you feel like that with him also? And how is he different from other players that you may have met and worked out?
Yeah, we had a great visit with him. He really leaned in here in Detroit. I think that I didn't know he said that, but we had a great visit with him. He really leaned in and let his guards down, and we were able to get to know him and connect with him, and that's always important when kids come on visits, that you don't just host them, that you get a connection with them, and I felt a pretty strong connection with 𝗙𝗟𝗟.
When you said big swing the other day, was this the guy you had in mind that you were thinking big swing?
Absolutely.
Is there more of a challenge in evaluating and projecting with those kind of league because there just isn't a track record with it, more so than even the G League or overseas?
You can say that, but when you see something different, you see something elite, you know it. I don't think that I think Halle Berry is pretty in church or in the grocery store. So I think that you can kind of figure it out when you see something pretty special. So
Were you tempted at all by those avenues for five? Or were those calls for 𝗙𝗟𝗟?
yeah, I mean, you have to look at it and vet it all out. We thought about it, but no, we were pretty committed to drafting at 5 if he was there.
James has one from New York, if you don't mind.
Hey, Troy, I appreciate you doing this, and I apologize if you've been asked this, but talking to 𝗙𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗪, he said one thing that came up in the conversation was having multiple guys who can facilitate, create for others, and create shots. Do you see his playmaking as a big strength for this group? And I know you mentioned defensively it takes pressure off Cade and Ivy, but offensively, could you see that something as his career gets going and he finds himself that could be very pivotal too?
Yeah, absolutely. You want to have as many of those guys on your team as possible so you don't get bogged down when they take the ball out of certain players' hands. Then you want to have multiple ball handlers. I look at when Golden State used to always talk about their death lineup. The death lineup was 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗓𝗪 playing up front, and you couldn't really match up with him. And I kind of see 𝗙𝗟𝗟 similar to 𝗙𝗢𝗟 in his early years at Philadelphia. If you guys remember, he was all over the floor, pretty much played everywhere on the perimeter, defended at a high level, but he was also probably, I don't have it, probably 18 to 20-point scorer. And I see 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗓 the same way.
Appreciate you.
Can you talk about his defensive ability? How quickly do you think he can be that guy defending the best?
Well, I mean, he comes in physically ready. You know, he's 6'7", 220 today. So physically he'll be ready. He just need to learn the nuances. I think after he gets his feet wet, I think he's going to be a pretty early defender in this league at a high level.
Thank you.
Thanks.